And now, more fun facts about pirates. If you were a pirate and you broke the rules, the most common punishment was to be marooned or beached on the nearest island. So they would drop you off at the nearest island with just a flagon of water and a pistol. So it was up to you to either survive or die. Now, since most of the islands in the Caribbean were small islands of sand, most men died. If you were a notorious pirate captain and they caught you, they really wanted to make an example out of you. They would embalm you in tar, hang you in irons by the water's edge until you deteriorated into nothing. Pirates often wore very colorful and mismatched clothing. That is because they acquired their wardrobe from the ships that they would plunder. So, for instance, if they plundered a merchant ship and they liked the merchant's clothing, then the next day they would be wearing the merchant's clothes. However, they did take pride in their appearance and would never, ever wear the clothing that belonged to a British sailor. It's the striped clothing that they referred to as slobs. In the movies, you might see the captain directing the men, but that's not how it was. The captain led the men into battle. The person who actually directed the men and told them what to do while driving the ship was the pilot. When you think of pirates, you might also think of buried treasure. Well, the fact is that most pirates didn't bury their treasure. Once they got it, they spent it as fast as they could. Mutinies were a little more democratic than you might think. If the crew wasn't happy with the captain, they could simply vote him out and vote in a new captain to take his place. Walking the plank was also an invention of Hollywood. Pirates actually had a more creative punishment in mind. It was called keelhauling. What they did is they would attach a rope to one side of the boat, and they would attach you to the other side of the rope. Then they would drag you under the boat, and so you would hit all the barnacles and all the rest of the debris that gets on the bottom of the boats, and it would rip open your skin. And if they did it slow enough, you would drown. When we think of pirates, we typically think about men. Well, what about the women? Interestingly enough, one of the most powerful pirates to ever go down in history was a woman. Once a prostitute, Lady Qingxi of China became a pirate, and in the early 1800s, she commanded a fleet of over 100 ships. Many slaves became pirates. In fact, there's evidence of a pirate ship completely made up of slaves. You might be surprised to find out that you are a buccaneer yourself. Do you barbecue? Buccaneer comes from the word boucan, which means preparing meat in a way similar to barbecuing. Pirates would go to islands and kill wild boar and cattle and cook the meat over an open flame. They would use that meat to barter with ships who were seeking provisions. So if you barbecue at home, you might as well just call yourself a buccaneer. You've probably heard the term Davy Jones's locker. Well, Davy Jones wasn't a pirate. Davy Jones is another name for the devil. So if you got sent to Davy Jones' locker, you got sent to hell. Slave ships were very large and highly manned. That's why pirates usually wouldn't attack them. However, when they would attack them, they would take the slaves from the ship and sell them at the next port. Pirates pierced their ears, not to look suave, but because they believed that piercing their ears with precious metals such as gold and silver would improve their eyesight. Now, pirates weren't the only ones who believed this. Other sailors believed this as well. Pirate captains kept their ships very full of crew members. They had about twice as many crew members as a colonial ship or another ship that they would attack. That often worked to their advantage, not only in the plundering, but also with their work. Work was evenly distributed throughout the crew members, so it was done faster and with less strain than other colonial ships. So a berth on a pirate ship was often referred to as easy money for little work. So here's a question for you. Do I look better with my glasses on or off? In a future video, we're going to be doing interesting facts about pigs. Now, I actually have a pet potbelly pig. His name is Piggins, so you're going to be able to meet him. And in another video, interesting facts about glasses. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and rate my video. See you next time. Blackbeard was one famous pirate who did have a peg leg. Okay, I got it. When we think of men, we typically think of pirates. No. Thanks again for watching. If you have any comments, please leave a question. Okay. We're starting a new channel, so if you want to check it out, click on me. No, really, click on me. Click on me now. Come on, you know you want to subscribe, click on me.